we start to draw the lines? But
Serious question of the day. Should biological men have access to women's locker rooms? Because this conversation isn't about hate. It's about safety and boundaries.
How are we letting men enter women's locker rooms? Shout out to this woman, Tish Hyman, because she saw it with her own eyes in a Gold's Gym in Los Angeles, and she didn't let this fly. She confronted the man, and she also confronted the staff, but the staff actually kicked her out, banned her membership, and let the man go back into the locker room and continue changing or doing whatever the heck he was doing. And she did not let that fly either. She caused a scene. She told everyone in the gym what is going on, and there's video footage of it. It's actually amazing. And then she also got the attention of Joey Swoll, Riley Gaines. Everyone on social media is now seeing this. So this is the clip of her confronting the man.
No, now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man. Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me for this. I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the restroom when I'm naked. There are girls naked in there. Look at them walking in there like it's okay. It's not okay.
This is her telling everybody in the gym what just happened.
Men, grown men in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck?
All right, here is video proof of the man going into the women's restroom at a Gold's Gym in Los Angeles, California. So for those of you that don't know, this woman right here, Tish Hyman, was recently kicked out of a Gold's Gym and had her membership canceled because she complained that a man was in the women's locker room. Here is the video of that man going back into the women's locker room after getting called out by Tish Hyman. A few minutes prior to this, Tish Hyman was in the women's locker room fully undressed while this man was in there. Her membership has been canceled. She was kicked out of Gold's Gym. I am unsure if they canceled the man's membership as well. I have no information on that.
so this is Tish Hyman. You've probably seen her all over your For You page because of this viral clip of her inside Gold's Gym screaming her head off, talking about how there is a man inside the women's locker room while she was there butt naked, and she felt highly uncomfortable and wants Gold Gym to take some accountability for this. I wanted to point out the fact that what she says after this is important. She talks about, where do we start to draw the lines? Like, where do we does a man need to have a full change to become a woman in order to be considered a woman? Like, can he just throw on Lululemon leggings and put his hair in a ponytail and say, I have lip gloss on, so I'm a woman? Like, what is the qualifiers to be a woman? That is the real question at heart here.
Do y'all find it really interesting how TMZ and the mainstream media are trying to juxtapose these two individuals with this recent kind of outrage with this woman walking into the locker room at Gold's Gym and seeing this individual in the bathroom? I don't think it's by happenstance or coincidence that they have picked up on this story and it is spreading like wildfire, specifically during this time, during this specific political climate that we're in.
A woman in LA was just kicked out of her gym because she did not want to go to the bathroom with a man in there. This woman named Tish at a Gold's Gym in LA had her membership canceled by Gold's Gym and then had her escorted out by police because she started recording the man that went into the woman's restroom. She said that she raised her concerns to the man while he was in the restroom, and he responded with, "Women like to see men in here." Tish said, "It really is hurtful. How are you going to say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't care how women feel with you in their bathroom?" She said, "Why do you think it's okay for men to be in women's restrooms? Where is the cutoff point?" And now people are calling for a boycott of Gold's Gym after the way they embarrassed Tish and banned her from going there. You guys tell me, do you think Tish overreacted or was Gold's Gym in the right?
So it was a lady in the Gold's Gym locker room up in LA had got out the shower totally naked to come out and see a man standing up in there looking at her. That's right, this lady was getting hysterical. I'm gonna put this video up. She was hysterical because after she got out the shower in a Gold's Gym in LA, she noticed that a man that was in there I think he said he was, no offense, he was transgender. And she went off because she was naked and you are a man. Sir, you can't come in that bathroom. Instead of them doing what they supposed to do and getting rid of his ass, kicking him up out of there, because, sir, you still a man. You still a man. No offense, I done got upset about this. You still a man. I don't know what's going on in the world today. You got your ass in the locker room and this naked lady coming out of there. I think she kind of famous. She's some kind of celebrity. I don't know who she is, but she kind of famous. They put her out and discontinued her membership. This is sad. I just told y'all about a video the other day about a man in the Planet Fitness sitting there 6 hours watching women, not even working out. And he's sitting up there and got the audacity to go in the locker room behind them and videotape them in the shower. Men, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? I don't care what you say or who you is. If you a man, you ain't got no business in no lady locker room. If you a woman, you ain't got no business in no man locker room. That's just it. I would have been devastated to come out the shower and see a man standing up there looking at me. I'm serious. But the thing that's got me the most is instead of them calling the police and getting him up out of there, they did the unthinkable when they terminated her membership. If I heard it right, I couldn't believe it. I hope she sued the hell out of Gold's Gym. How dare y'all? Y'all letting men go in the women's locker room now? That's not safe. Because I don't care what you say. That man still got something hanging and swinging down there. And I heard several men say this. They say they don't care what. At the end of the day, that man is still a man. So if that man is still a man, why in the hell is he in the Gold's Gym locker room with the women and this lady coming out of the shower naked and that's what she see? What kind of mess is that? Y'all got to get this together. What's going on in the world? Just what's going on. Our whole world is upside down, and I think we all know why. Now, don't we?
This woman right here lost her gym membership for feeling uncomfortable being naked in a locker room, in a female locker room with a man with her. A trans woman, whatever you want to say, this is what happens when we play with feelings and we do the whole feelings card and accepting this and accepting that and allowing that. This is where it's come to. She lost her gym membership because she was uncomfortable that she was in a female restroom, a woman, XX chromosomes, if you don't know what that is, having an XY chromosome with her. If you're a parent, if you're an adult, if you ever have kids, you want your little daughter to be in a restroom with a grown-ass man. And if you say yes, I am sorry. That is just ridiculous. That is just stupid. This is what happens when we play with feelings and the whole love and accepting this and allowing that and allowing that. She got her gym membership taken away for being in a woman's restroom, felt uncomfortable that a man and all his Gentiles junk stuff with her, and she was naked. That could have just been a pedo. Who knows if he was even trans? This is where we've come to, and it's ridiculous.
Serious question of the day. Should biological men have access to women's locker rooms? Because this conversation isn't about hate. It's about safety and boundaries. The Gold's Gym controversy. I had a very similar thing happen to me. I had just walked into the women's locker room alone. It was late at night. The gym was nearly empty. The locker room was empty. Someone who had approached me earlier in the gym walked in right behind me and they lingered. And I just froze for a sec. I felt scared, and it wasn't because of who they were. It was because of the possibilities of what could happen. I grabbed my shit and left fast. I think a lot of women silence their instincts to avoid offending or upsetting someone. But that's how we end up unsafe. I can completely understand wanting a space where you feel comfortable. Everyone deserves that. However, how are we supposed to distinguish the difference between those who are truly transgender women and those posing as trans with other motives? We can support trans rights and still talk about women's safety. The two shouldn't cancel each other out. I don't have a clear answer for what the fix should be, but I do think her reaction came from a real place, not hate, just instinct. And that deserves to be understood.